Hello and welcome to my channel. My daughter just turned 4 and she wanted a Kpop Demon Hunter theme, so I decided to make these custom Pringles shaker dome party favors for her daycare. Here's how I made them from scratch. So before we begin, I do have another tutorial of my last Pringle party favor I made for her first birthday, so I'm just using the same dimensions I left on my Canva, which is 9.25 by 3 inches. I went onto the same Canva design I used for my last duck theme, then just erased everything to have a clean start again. For the background to be ombre, I just googled it, then save and add it as an image to the back. I don't have Canva Pro, so I always try to find ways to work around it. It does take a little more work than just using the Pro features, but I'd rather just take the long route because I don't use Canva a lot. There's no use in paying monthly or just once just to get one feature for myself to use, but that's just me. The image of the Kpop Demon Hunter is from AI, but I didn't ask AI to make it for me. I decided to go on Facebook and look up Kpop Demon Hunter SVGs. This is where a lot of people just drops and shares their designs they made or ask AI to make for free to the Facebook pages, like free SVG sharing pages. Just type in what you're looking for and you can find any image from people who may have designed what you're looking for and choose what you like. I personally like this picture. I did save a few, but I chose this one in the end. I also googled the Pringles logo, screenshot it, then removed the background to add onto my design. The Pro feature can remove the background, but I just go on remove.bg to remove backgrounds I don't want. I wanted the design to say happy birthday with her name on it, but I decided to leave out the name from the print because I wanted to make it look 2D like it was popping off the can. The ombre by itself looked kinda plain, so I googled some stars to add to the background. I just looked for it in the elements and searched for a free one to use. Then I just copy and paste it to spread it around the back and make sure it's behind the logo and fonts. The top two designs were my trial and error ones that I was looking to make but decided to go with my third design. Once you're happy with how it looks, you can save it, then send it to Design Space and have your Cricut cut it out for you. I'm just using regular printer paper to print it out on, as it's just for kids under 5 and who knows, they might just throw it out when they're done eating the chips. So I never buy the glossy, high quality stuff since I'm just a stay-at-home mom who loves making cheap crafts. But definitely use the glossy, high quality paper if you plan to start a small business. I always like to make one first to see if it's the right dimensions or if I like how it looks like before continuing to make the rest. You can still see that the cut does look a little off, where you can still see the red from the Pringle can, but it doesn't bother me because I'm going to be adding a ring around it to cover it. There is a Christmas tree up because my daughter's birthday was early December and I'm just uploading this very late. While the Cricut is working on cutting each label, I was taking out the plastic from the ornament domes that sticks out where you can use a string to tie them as ornaments. The scissors don't work and won't cut all the way, so I had to get a wire cutter. It definitely works better, but just be careful because it does tend to fly away when cutting sometimes. I just snipped and bend until it comes off. The brother girl came out and said it was snack time, and my younger one decided to help count the domes and put them together because she's very hands-on. I was planning on making about 20 to 25 Pringle cans, so it was taking a while to cut each paper, so they decided it was time to go dance to Kpop Demon Hunter songs. For this design, I went to ChatGPT and gave it an image of the actual Derpy and Suzy from the show to ask it to recreate it for me. It kept recreating Suzy with one eye, and I didn't like some of the patterns on the cat because it didn't match Derpy. So I saved the AI generated image, then went to Procreate to fix and redesign it to look more like them. When I was happy how it was looking, I sent it to Design Space to cut it out and guesstimate the size of the half dome, which was about 2 inches. I wanted it to look double-sided, so I made another one but flipped the image. Before I cut it out, I added a square at the bottom so that when attached, the square can hold up the design upright. I used the scoring tool to score the line between the image and the square before cutting it out. I used white cardstock paper for this as the cardstock is thicker and it will stand up better. When taking anything off the mat, always pull the mat away so your project or paper isn't bent and stays flat. Here's how it's gonna look like on the top of the Pringle can. I just used double-sided tape to secure it together. I did want to make a 2D version where I can add another print on top of each side, but decided not to because I didn't want to waste more paper and it already looks fine the way it is. This is definitely time consuming and a labor of love, but it always makes me happy to create something from scratch and see how it looks like at the end. I forgot to cut out a circle, so I last minute just went to Design Space and made a 2-inch circle and cut a slit in the middle where Derpy and Suzy would be going. You can print a design to go with it and cut it out, but since I'm going to be having a colorful foam beads in there, I just left it white, just to cover the Pringles logo instead.
Giggles!
Yeah, they're circles.
Giggle, yeah!
This is how it looked like sitting on top like so. I tried to use double-sided tape on the bottom, but the top of the lid is a bit indented in, so it didn't work out. For the label around the can, I used double-sided tape again to secure it down. Here I am using double-sided tape to put on one side, then again on the other side. But later I decided it was easier just to apply it halfway sticking out on one side and attach the other side on the same single double-sided tape. It saves on tape too. Moving on to our name, this is optional, but I like to be extra. You can just print out the name on the label, but I like to make it look 3D like it's popping out the can. I just went to Design Space, chose a font I like, then added a border to the name and cut it out. My first name cut was a fail because all the letters cut out individually. I wasn't sure why, but I spent quite some time trying to figure it out, then cut it again and it was together. Make sure to always zoom in really close when on the cut feature to make sure the letters are not getting cut individually because I had to throw it all away. I just used Elmer's glue to glue everything down. It's a sticky process. I would have made it pop out more with foam tape, but the letters are thinner, so glue will just do fine for now. This took me all night and I put my daughters to bed before continuing. I just used foam tape from the Dollar Tree. Now it's time to put everything together. I put the foam tape on the back of the name to give it that pop, then I finished putting it on the rest of them and went to bed. Here's everything I cut and finished today. It's the next day and I'm at my desk where I usually work on my polymer clay, so I'm just putting my clay machine roller away for now. Now I'm taking out the hot glue gun. The cord is very limited. It would be a future investment to definitely buy a wireless one, but I don't use them often to need one yet. So I had heard that Pringles have stopped making these mini lid cans to supposedly save on plastic. So if you're watching this video, I did buy this in early December last year, which is 2025 from Costco. And I do not see them selling them anymore. They have changed it to the white plastic flimsy ones. They are still, however, continuing the large cans only though. Low-key, I think they stopped because we would redesign the packaging like this and some people make profit off of it, but that's just my opinion. My hot glue gun wasn't hot enough, so the paper didn't adhere to the lid until the second try. I'm gonna stop talking for a bit and you can watch the process. Okay, I'm back for the little foams. These foams are from Temu or Shin. I still have a lot from my last time I made Pringle Party Favors. I just scooped the foam up with the dome, and this is important. Make sure you flip the can upside down onto the dome because I put the dome on the can and the foam went everywhere. It does take some getting used to. I don't know how others secure their domes, but this is how I personally do it. I just apply hot glue all around the rim where the dome and the lid meet, making sure no foam can have a chance to escape. I have two sizes of these gold strip because one was shorter, so I had to recut it longer, but found out that the shorter one does go around the bottom rim perfectly, so I will be using both strips on the top and bottom of the can. I'm just going to finish putting the strips on all the cans and then I will be done. Here's the final results all finished. Thank you for watching and I hope it inspires you.